Russell with SBR.TV and SBRforum.com, and I'm here today with Indian Cowboy from DocSports.com to talk MLB. First off, we'll take a look at the most profitable teams to back in MLB right now. In part 2, we'll focus on the White Sox, and in part 3, it's all about starting pitchers. So I see Cleveland, Pittsburgh and Kansas City are all in the top 5 in profitability in baseball right now, amazingly. Which of these 3, if any, is most likely again to be a top 5 team to bet on in May, and which, if any, is most likely not to be?
Well, Judy, I guess we'll start with Cleveland. I think Cleveland is going to be. I think they're legit this year, and sometimes you just have teams in certain years that are legitimate, and sometimes they're not. San Fran was one of those teams last year and ended up winning the World Series. Cleveland has a lot of stats. If you look at their stats in detail, it really shows as to why they are in this position. It's no particular accident at all. Cleveland is 4th in the league in offense with 5.2 runs a game, 3rd in batting average with 272 in the league, 7th in ERA with 3.35. So they really got this almost this triple-headed monster between a great offense. Overall, they're making contact with the ball and getting excellent pitching as their pitchers are healthy and are on bounce-back seasons in particular. And they actually are number 1 in the league in quality starts at 22. So Cleveland is in this position at 20-9, and it's by no accident. They are a legitimate team, and they have a lot of features. Like, this is a team that has a true identity, whereas let's say the White Sox don't have an identity. We'll talk more about that later. As far as Kansas City is concerned, Kansas City, I think, eventually will be Kansas City. You know, I think they're about a 500 or sub-500 team at best. But keep in mind, they are good for one reason. I will say this. Kansas City is in their position that they're in second in the division only because, for a couple of reasons. One is because they're number 1 in the league in stolen bases. They know how to manufacture runs really well. They're 3rd in the league in runs, 2nd in the league in batting average, believe it or not. But the reason why Kansas City is great so far is because they have played to the over to about 63% of their ball games. And it's only because their offense last year is not as nearly as good as their offense this year. It's significantly better. So if you're looking for a bet with Kansas City, even though they'll eventually go downhill, their offense is significantly better, and that's probably going to stay the same throughout the course of the season. The Pirates are still the Pirates at the end of the day, and if you're looking for a bet with them, you can also take the over. You can just assume the Pirates to be the National League version of the Kansas City.
Check out part 2 to find out what Indian Cowboy thinks is wrong with the White Sox.